USA and France. Where is it? Down the very next. Take the steps on one level, right? And the whole big box area. There's a table sitting there. All these things set. So USA and France. Okay. Thank you very much. It's nice to get a throw away.
Hello. I'm ready. Okay, here we go. France comes to the 53-3 win over Australia. Led this he takes this to open the game against Brazil. 102 yards. I thought that first play. Brazil. Okay. Oh, this is Australia. Okay. All right. That was Indy. Okay. And this is Foster. No, that's Foster.
Yep, Mo.
So Dale Foster. Okay. All right. Okay. This one against Australia for 90. Yeah, for 90 yards. Okay. Dale Foster, Texas Tech, 3 touchdowns, 96 yards on 18 carries. Dylan Favre. Okay, and that's it. And then we're going to come back to. We're going to come back and Jenna toss it to the players. Correct.
Is it Riddell or Rydell? Riddell. It's Rydell.
Okay. And so then he toss it to the players after that, right? You get Foster, and then going to play where you got for as long as I'm talking. Okay, we'll be off camera so I can peek at my notes.
And I'm done at that point. I'm not. All right.
That's all they had. Thank you. Can't believe this.
Gets to wear the piece.
I do. You good at home? Sure. Just laugh at me while I'm talking.
Yeah. Just help us. Microphone.
Hello, I'm here. I do.
Microphone.
The football company. Riddell or Rydell? We're going with Rydell.
Is that players?
Yeah.
You could do that as an advertisement, because that's what I did. Like when we come back live, at the end of that, when we come back live, I just said those players please brought to you by Rydell, and then I could read them, because they got the official equipment of.
Oh, they do.
It was easy, to be honest with you. Yeah, official helmet protective equipment. It sounds better at the end. They got insignia on there anyway. They got a logo. All right, what are you coming to me with first off the bat?
It's the marquee matchups are two teams off of big wins.
2 high-scoring teams that are big points.
Do you have a mic? Yeah, you have. And then Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hi everybody. Check 1 2.
Testing. Check 1 2. France a winner 53 over Australia. They are 3-8 overall. Let's see. They outscored their opponents 84-9 in 2 games so far already to that 2-0 mark. While on the other side, offensive, the U.S. has struggled at times, but they've gotten the wins in their column. Scored 73 in their 2 games, but they've got 24. So when we're done with the highlight for it's be Anthony DeBlay, Mo, Dylan Favre, right? Dylan Favre.
Dylan Favre, correct. Nice of them to play your song, Dean.
What's happening, man? Get some good shots down there, as always. Well done.
Bad to the bone. Hey, can you turn that up? I can't. Hold on a minute, Dean. Yeah, I can barely hear him. Oh.
Got him in there, brother.
I guess so.
You want it right next to the cortex.
You there, Dean?
So that you can hear it with the radio. You want it deep.
We barely know each other.
This Mikey gave, so I need some deodorant.
From Tonson Stadium, Canton, Ohio, USA. Welcome to Day 3 of the 2015 IFAF World Championship Football Tournament. 7 teams from 7 different countries battling for gold medals and the championship trophy. Hi there, Sharif, along with Tom Lynn. Glad you could join us as we cap off Day 3 of action here. A much anticipated battle for the first time ever between the France team and USA team.
It's going to be an outstanding matchup as we take a look at these 2 teams. It's the one everybody's been waiting to see. Both have really been untested throughout their 2-0 run to get to this point. Winner advanced to the gold medal round.
2 huge wins to get here. Let's recap highlights.
53-3 Australia, or by the win by for Australia. This kickoff return, Anthony DeBlay. He's going to be a man on special teams and as a wide receiver. He's dangerous. He's going to be a problem to the U.S. defensively. And here's Steve Epko. Now, Yepmo's he could cause problems in the running attack for them. He's had an outstanding tournament so far as well. The U.S., they've got great running attack of their own. Here's a run by Sadif Foster. Got a 3-touchdown performance already in 2 games for the U.S. Also, they can get it done at quarterback. Both of their quarterbacks, Dylan Favre here, running the ball in for the touchdown.
That brings us to our players to watch, brought to you by Riddell.
We've just seen those players that are going to be players to watch. One of those is Anthony DeBlay. As we mentioned, he's kind of a Josh Gordon type as a receiver, but he's even more dangerous on special teams, where he scored touchdowns on kickoff returns, one of 102 yards, one of 90 yards, 6'4", 209 pounds. He's 5 catches for 82 yards, his total. But on the other side of it, don't sell the United States. They've got an outstanding running back led by this young man, Texas Tech, Dale Foster, 5'7", 87 pounds. For him and the United States to get to the medal, he's going to have to get it done today on the ground.
from Thompson Stadium in Canton, Ohio, USA. Welcome to day 3 of the 2015 IFAF World Championship Football Tournament. 7 teams from 7 different countries battling for gold medals and the Hi again, everybody. Shreve along with Linder. Glad you joined us here for Ohio. It is day 3, and it is a much anticipated battle. 2 undefeated teams, the United States and France, both coming off of big wins.
Teams feature high-powered offenses. They're scoring their opponents 84-6 for France, while the American team is coming in their opponents 73-21.
Let's take a look at the highlights from these 2 wins for France.
They're going to be hearing this young man's name a lot. Is if the United States kicks to him, it wouldn't be an idea. Anthony Blee here on a 90-yard return. He already has 2 touchdown returns on kickoff, 1 over 100 yards. But they can still get the job done on the ground. They've got a running through Yetmo, who's got a touchdown in this contest. On the American side, you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They can get it done on the ground as well. Sadale Foster running a touchdown in one of the United States wins. Then when you get to quarterback, they can get it through the air or on the ground. As Dylan Favre shows us, he's one of 2 backs for the USA that can run and throw the football.
Let's take a look at our 2 key players to watch, to you by Rydell.
Well, we've already seen a look at both these guys. Anthony Dibby, 6'4", 109. He's got NFL-type size, speed, and strength. He's got 2 returns for touchdowns. Look for him out of the wide receiver slot. For the United States, where you want to keep your eye out of Texas Tech, Sadale Foster, he's 3 touchdowns on 18 carries, 90 yards. For the USA to advance to the gold medal round, got to have a big game out of Sadale Foster.
World Championship Football Tournament. 7 teams from 7 different countries battling for gold medals and the championship trophy. Hi everybody, Jeff Shreve with Ohio, and it is how can they?
No. Mexico.
Yeah. Hey, Dean. He'll kill me on this.
What are you looking at?
The kicker. He went to Union. I don't remember how to say it.
Runke.
Is it Run?
That's
What I thought, but Alexander C.
Hey, Joe. We forget it.
You know that USA Football annually has more than $1.5 million in equipment grants and $2 million grants. If your youth actual football team and needs new equipment, systems and social, then they apply for USA Football grant by visiting football.com.
$33. Not in there. I think he was a late ad. Dean will know. I know that, but I do their games once in a while. I've seen your moment. You'd think I would know. Who's doing the play-by-play? Why doesn't he take the colors off? Okay.
Rupe Norman, yeah.
All right.
Rupe, I spelled it correctly for you.
All right.
Norman.
And we're going to talk at halftime.
Yeah.
Rupe Norman?
Norman? Not a damn thing. That's all. The better you could do is the vice president. You couldn't even couldn't you get the secretary or how about Brazil cheerleading advisor? Could we not get her on here?
Did you guys get starting lineups, did you?
I didn't. There's another hurdle to climb over.
Hold on.
First.
Hey, Nora,
Yeah.
Speak English has to be too. What's your job as vice president? If the president gets assassinated,
Hey, you do this every. Wait, you do this every day. You interview.
if you get shot, do you take her as president? That's funny.
Well, what can I ask you? How do you select site? How do you select teams?
Yeah. Ask him about his experience here. Pump up. You know, I don't. Because they really.
Does anybody bitch they have to play 4 games in 10 days?
This was a situation where now sweet tackle. They fumbled the ball. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be there, and they screwed it up. And this is.
Figure out how to ask that without.
Would you switch headsets? Oh, nice.
Giving you an upgrade.
And I'm going to put some tape on it just for the heck of it. I was getting a little sentimental with the tape. Just going to put it on there. Make me feel good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Check, check, check.
World Championship at Hall of Fame Stadium. Today's game is being streamed live on ESPN3 or American football throughout the United States.
Yeah. I like the stats on who
They
actually
have 500,000. Through Brent said there was 500,000. Look on. Are you getting some of those emails?
Some of them, yeah, I don't read them all.
He said numbers from like the first week or ever on our website was 500,000.
On your website?
The Time Sports website from people checking into.
Oh.
And I think because we're in, yeah. How about that?
I'd like to see what SPN3 has to say about who's.
Yeah. Thank you. Paul Duran.
I've got super overload.
Yeah, too much. I've got a pronunciation over here, so you can keep and use
this one.
That one. Yeah.
Rupe Noranon.
And where's the coaches?
The IFAF. The
Coaches
IFAF.
are Dan Hawkins and Trick Izuma.
Led by Coach Patrick. Please welcome Frank.
Izuma.
Is Azuma? Yeah, Azuma. Yep, Azuma.
This squad is trying to make it 3 for 2, trying to reveal medal performances.
Brother.
Okay, Izuma.
It's Azuma. Hey, what's the name of the kicker from Mount Union? What is it? Runke. Okay. Because I'm familiar with him.
Runke. Ed.
Okay.
Ed, I got. Thanks, though. Who's got the flag for the good guys? Derek Webb. I believe everything you say. Kevin Mwamba has the flag for France.
Montel Jordan. Just
Only
listen
reason.
to that. Oh,
We're going around the world.
What do we see? Are we live? Are we live when we're not? Are we streaming? Gotcha. Yeah, well, I had. That's all I had. Yeah, that's all I had, man. Talk about the traditional Ohio football.
from Benson Stadium in Canton, Ohio, USA. Welcome to Day 3 of the 2015 IFAF World Championship Football Tournament. 7 teams from 7 different countries battling for gold medal and the championship trophy. Hi again, everybody. Jeff Shreve along with Tom Linder. Glad you could join us here from Ohio. It is Day 3. It is a much anticipated battle. 2 undefeated teams, the United States and France, both, Tom, coming up pretty big wins.
Both of these teams are high-powered offenses. They're outscoring 84-6 for France. Now the American team is coming out scoring their opponent 73-21.
Take a look at the highlights in these two. First for France.
You're going to be hearing this young man's name a lot. That is, if the United States kicks to him, it wouldn't be a good idea. Anthony Dubley here on a 90-yard return. He already has 2 touchdown turns on kicks, 1 over 100 yards. But they can also get the job done on the ground. They've got a running threat in Stephen Yepmo, who's got a touchdown in this contest. On the American side, you hear this guy's name a lot. They can get it done on the ground as well. Sadell Foster running for a touchdown of the United States wins. But then when you turn to quarterback, done through the air or on the ground, as Dylan Favre shows, he's one of 2 quarterbacks for the USA that can run and throw the football.
Let's take our 2 key players to watch, brought to you by Dell.
Well, we've all seen a look at both of these guys. Anthony Dubley, 6'4", 209. He's got NFL-type size, speed, and strength. He's got 2 returns for touchdowns. Look for him out of the slot as well. For the United States player you want to keep your eye on out of Texas Tech, Sadell Foster. He's got 3 touchdowns on 18 carries, 96 yards. For the USA to advance to the gold medal round of a big game, Sadell Foster.
France in the toss, they to receive, and we'll our first chance, Tom Linder, to see if they will indeed kick it to Anthony Dubley.
I'm thinking it's not a good idea. The man is already in contest, had kickoff returns for touchdowns. Let's see the strategy here in the early going for the USA.
Ed Runke, the kicker, blast one deep into the end zone and out the end zone for a touchback. They'll get out to the 20 line. First and 10 for France.
Well, that's one way to.
Patrick Azuma is the head coach of the France team. And for Hawkins, a familiar name to football fans. It'll be first and 10 right on the 20-yard line. 2 high-powered offense, Tom. I'll be anxious to see how the defenses react early on in the game.
Spread offense. Empty backfield.
Paul Duran, number 2 back, no over the middle. That one's complete to Bertolin. Line. Let's check the starting lineups brought to you by Siege Sports.
Take a look. You heard the quarterback. Anytime you've got a high-powered run and shoot throwing off, you got to look at the quarterback, but you also have to look at an outstanding receiving corner and offensive line. Give you time to throw the football.
First and 10, 31-yard line. Duran changing the play. 5 receiver package out of the gate for France. USA showing blitz. Duran will throw wide open, and he missed him near midfield. He had a man there. Anybody within 15 yards of that receiver.
Yeah, a little crossing pattern. We'll take a look at that. First, let's look at the United States defense. It's a good one. Anchored by 4 linebackers out of that 3-4. They're going to have to be very active. The key for defensively, the United States, is those linebackers have to play not only against the run, but in coverage. A lot of pressure on those defense backs to get the job done today.
Second down 10, 31-yard line. Paul Duran. A lot of shifting going on. Another quick hitter for the middle, tipped, almost intercepted. That went right through the hands of a line.
And he almost he threw it behind intended receiver Anthony Kuva. Fortunately, that wasn't picked up.
Against Australia, 1 touchdown, 53 yards. He only put it in the air 10 times. He's done that 3 times already. Period.
See, they don't feel they run the ball effectively, at least not here in the early going. They haven't had a running back in the backfield on either one of these first 3 plays.
And before the 3rd and 10. It is an official timeout, and freedom is brief. Nana Hiroyasu is our referee. 10. United States looks like they may be coming after this one.
Yeah, that looks like they're going to send some pressure, or are they going to back off now before the snap? Looks like they're going to change it. Back off.
Ron. He'll throw. Connects at the 35-yard line. It'll be well shy of the first down.
Jeff, I think in that little bit of a chess match, I think that was won by defense coordinator for the United States because he walked those up onto the line, and they thought they were going to be able to go behind them. Then they backed off before the snap, and they ended up running pass pattern underneath the linebackers. They make the stop on a short pass and a catch.
Alexander C. will do the punting for France. United States will set up the return, and this will be Brian Douglas. He's got room to run, can't quite get to the sideline. Open field tackle by Sation. And that will bring out the offense for the United States of America.
Led by Kevin Burke. He's Gagliardi Award winner, which means the best player in Division 3 out of nearby Union. And you look at the running backs, a good core. The Smithies command to the wide receiver. Very strong and very efficient offensive line.
Burke, a thrower and a runner. It is Foster. Nice cut back to the first down marker. They'll stop the clock. A gain of 11 yards on first down.
Sprinkled by head coach Dan Hawkins. The United States looks to Dale Foster instead of backfield. They're putting him in slot, and they just run the quick and pick up big yardage.
Native Burke. So handoff again to Foster. Looks like the same play in the different direction. Not quite the same result. He is driven bounds near the 30-yard line.
Let's take a look at the defense for France out of the 4-3. Active core of linebackers. And the defense backs will be pressed today because they're going to come up and play the run a little bit, probably more often than we might be used to.
Second down, 2 for the U.S. Burke, little confusion. Burke will keep it. Try to work his way over the field. He'll be very close to first down. Tried to connect with Aaron Wimbrey, the running back of Iowa State backfield, but
quarterback that can turn a broken play into a first down, and exactly what Burke can do. His numbers against Japan in 43-18 win, age 16 to 2 interceptions. He's had 2 in each of his games. He's going to have to cut those down.
Now Wimberly gets the call. Runs into the linebacking core for France. He'll crack the 30 line to the 20.
You can see immediately the idea offensively of what the USA squad wants to do, trying to establish the run. We've seen it from different directions. We've seen it in the wide out on that sweep. Now we're seeing them between the tackles.
Second down, 7. Burke's pass connects. Kyle Kaiser works his way over the 20. Still on his feet. They'll give him forward progress to near the 17 and another U.S. first down.
Nice job, Kaiser. Nebraska Kearney, Broomfield, Colorado, makes a nice adjustment on this ball and allows his blocks to set up for him as he cuts back against the grain and picks up more blocks for yardage.
17-yard line. Back to the ground. This is Wimberly inside the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown for the United States.
An impressive drive by the U.S. to start this game, advancing to the medal round. Power football. They own you a little bit of everything, and now they're just going to go power football. They lead through the hole. How far down the field? 8 yards before he's even touched by a defender. Great job on the lead block by the fullback Nick Griffin, and taking it to the end zone out of Iowa State is Aaron Wimberly.
The try for the 2-point conversion fails, and with 8:49 to play in the open quarter, remains nothing U.S. One more touchdown, Tom.
Take a look at the lead block. This is coming right into your living room. Look at the lead block. He's searching. Nick Griffin down the field searching for somebody to hit, and Aaron Wimberly, that's a stroller park touchdown. This is the two-point conversion. Try to set up the quick screen to the outside, but it was read nicely, scouted out, and then executed very nicely by France to annul the two-point conversion.
First ever meeting between France and the United States in the IFAF World Championship. Both teams come in at 2-0. The winner will play in Saturday's gold medal championship game. Take on Japan, who took care of Mexico earlier today, 35-7. The loser of this game will Mexico in bronze medal game.
Mexico struggled a little. Impressive drive. The United States again set up, stuffing them, and then a nice return. And only a 6-play drive covering 52. It only took a minute 38 to pay dirt against France.
On key into the end zone. They will return the ball. And we've got Lister after the play. It's coaching to put a stop to that right away.
Well, that's one thing you'll see about these guys, the international aspect of it. There's a lot of respect between the countries because of the things that are done before the games, the exchange of gifts and things before the games. They've time in the Olympic Village, it will. Walsh University here is hosting. So there's a lot of goodwill, but once the game starts, they're getting a little chippy.
A little bit. Total formation for France will go to the ground. First carry for Yo doesn't yield results they were hoping for.
Now on this defense, against the run, they've tough. Yep, no, been successful. Look at that, 13 carries, 110 yards, and a couple of touchdowns in their bin over Australia. And that came back in game number 2 where they won 53-3. He was a big part of that win.
Alderon is the center. Yep, is the setback. And now confusion and timeout called by France.
Team timeout.
Might not have a look.
Last time.
Quick timeout, 8:05 to play here in the period. The second position for France.
Yeah, Paul Duran at quarterback came up. They wanted to go under center as we get a look at the coaching staff over on the far sideline for France. And Brown, he didn't, what he saw wasn't sure he had quite enough and in the right position, either or. So he took a timeout, discuss things, and come back. Important series after giving up touchdown to the United States on half of field. France wants to come back, Jeff. They'd really like to at least pick up some first downs and move the chains a bit and get a little offense. And a guy that can give you in offense is right there in the middle of your screen, Anthony Lee. Yards against Australia.
You saw the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a big chunk of it. 90 of it came on that kickoff return for a touchdown. He also owns a 102-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
So second down 11 from the 17-yard line. Durant now will operate from a shotgun. It's a quick hitter that's a little too tall for Bertolin. It was open. Interesting, though, Durant doesn't drop. Catches that snap and away.
And steps right to it. Just a quick hitter. They're trying to get underneath, get step on that defender, and try to break it in the secondary. But to do that, you really have to hit that wide receiver in stride. You can't allow him to have to slow up. You can't have him reaching back because it just throws timing out, and it doesn't allow him to try to beat a defender on the fly.
So have to find your way through that offensive with those quick passes. Third down, 11. Rock makes the hand of the pass. 20-yard line is incomplete. Again, trying to hook up with Bertolin and one of the linebackers right there.
David Guthrie. Boy, watch him jump this. David Guthrie. He's not very big at 5'2", but watch him jump this route. He's there when the ball arrives. Does a nice job not going soon. He's out of New Mexico, originally out of Oregon as a player, and nice play by Guthrie to break that up.
He is standing at the 4-yard line to punt it away. 4th and 11. And it's blocked. Ball rolling inside the 5. Scooped up and into the end zone for a touchdown.
This is going to be a great job on special teams. A lot of times in types of games, you have the 45-man roster. You got to count on everybody on your team to contribute in some way. And here's special teams coming up big.
Virgil had the block. And B.J. Beatty finished it off for a score.
Beatty out of Colorado. The native of Hawaii that played his ball in Colorado. Making his presence felt on still teams.
Interesting information here. Kevin Burke, the quarterback, will roll and look for a 2-point conversion. That's way too tall for the intended receiver. Meacham, a teammate of his at Mountain.
That's right. They combined for a lot of highlights in career. at Mount Union. It's just a stone's throw down the road from here.
It's about 30 minutes of where we're at right now. Division 3, which makes it a small pool, and I think you mentioned he's a two-time winner of the Galati Trophy, which her Heisman Trophy, this is really a Division 3 version of that.
Correct. Bit impressive. I've unfortunately had the opportunity to watch Kevin firsthand as he plays on same conference, Ohio Athletic Conference here in the state of Ohio. His son played on, so I got to see him break the hearts of many teams in the Ohio Athletic Conference and route to those championships for Mount Union.
As long as we're talking Burke, he had a great career in the Cleveland area in high school and actually played here in the state playoffs against Braxton Miller, who is the quarterback for Ohio State University.
And he's quarterbacking for a school in Cleveland called Lakewood St. Edwards. Power in several different sports, but they were down here for the state. The best of Braxton Miller in that game.
Indeed.
As St. Ed's were crowned state champions.
Ready to put it back in a little bit higher. Will land at the 5-yard line. Anthony Couvon returns to the 20. So 3 kickoff for the U.S. and still DeBlee not had his hands on the ball.
At some point you just have to say a ball that's go get it. You need to step in front of the other guy. You're the guy. You are the get that ball. Don't sit next to your team there. Yeah, we want the ball in your hands.
So France goes back to work. First at the 19-yard line. They were 3 and out moments ago. The punt was blocked and returned for score by the United States. Here's a run up some activity. They have a loose ball.
The United States maybe eating away at that football underneath. Good luck running against this defense of the United States. Mexico found it almost impossible. 28, it's -6 yards rushing for Mexico against this U.S. defense. And it went better for Japan. Their 43-18 loss against the United States. 16 carries, only 28 yards. Been tough going for the first 2 teams against this U.S. run defense.
Valderon, 2nd down, 7. He'll run. He's got a little room over the 25 to about the 20 or 28. Still shy of this down, but a very manageable 3rd down. 3rd short.
Yeah, design quarterback. Nice job coming at the block to make the tackle. Yeah, he was down underneath. 6'2", 315-pound defensive lineman Malcolm Gaines. Watch Goins. Here's the design play. This is designed play. He's got blocking right here. He is rolled under by 315-pound tackle out of Austin P. Malcolm Goins. It's obviously shit up. Does not bode well for France. Again, nice job by Goins to come off the tackle. Completely legal hit, but he came off the block to make the tackle. Many times for quarterbacks, see them get rolled and onto that shoulder. There's an intense amount of weight from a big defensive lineman laying on top of them, and that's when you have the issues in and around the shoulder and the collarbone, those kinds of things. Let's hope it's not the case. It's just the wind being out of him momentarily. Let's hope that he is. He doesn't want the trainer carrying him off. He's waving him off. I'm all right. Flexing that right shoulder. Let's hope he's all right because he's a big part of this France offense.
Bring on a new quarterback, number 2, Perez Madison. He has seen some time in this tournament. France had some big wins, and he has had the opportunity to play.
That's the nice thing about winning big early on. You can get some guys game experience at that.
And he'll right to the air, almost hooked up with Delaval on the far sideline. And that will bring up 4th down 1 and another punting situation for France.
And Perez Madison comes in, he completed his first pass. Did we mention that he's 40 years old? Youth give way to age, but the result is the same. A good stout defense by the U.S. will force a punt.
Penalty markers on the snap. The U.S. players seem to think it will be on France.
Yeah, I think.
32.
Yeah, Carl.
5 yards penalty. 4 down.
Carl Ashe, one of the gunners out here on the near side. There's a look at him. He was a little bit premature out of blocks. If it were track and field, it'd be a false start out of the blocks. Here it's going to cost 5 yards.
That is blocked, the punt by C. And turned it. He is able to get this one away, and Douglas fields it inside the 35, and he's got the room to run. He is into grand territory at 49. Position for the United States.
Another nice job by special teams setting up. They played with half a field for the first score. And again, watch him find his wall of blocks. And a nice job by a couple of the United States special teams not throwing that block in the back of a France defender and allowing Douglas just to do what he does best, get into the open field, use his speed to create a nice return and set your team up half a field.
18 yards on the return, first and 10. You ready to go behind Kevin Burke. He wants to throw. He's throw. Deep ball. Got a man open. It's for a touchdown.
Oh, my.
Trent Steelman.
Trent Steelman out of Army. Native of Bowling Green, Kentucky. It doesn't get better than that. What a job by Kevin to put enough air on it and then let Steelman run football. Play action, they messed that up a little bit, but a key block by the fullback gives enough time and connects. So that was a beautiful play, over the shoulder catch by Stillman, who ran right under it.
Burke will hold for another teammate, Ed Runke, and he knocks it through to push it out to 19-0 at 6:03 left away in the first quarter.
Kevin Burke did an outstanding job. Watch the running back step up. Key block by Field Rowe to give Burke enough time because he had to put air under this, and it's like a center fielder taking away extra base hits, over shoulder catch on the warning track, and into the end zone he goes. Outstanding pitch and catch. On the back end of that, the man out of Army.
Even I figure this out. Spring drive, 1 play, 49 yards.
Well, the United States, 2 of their scoring drives have been on half a field, 52 yards, 6 plays in 38. As you mentioned, 8 seconds to 49 yards. I was trying to look below us to see if team from Japan stuck around. And there's some players down here. Japan, direct below us here in the press box. I wonder what's going through their mind as they see this quick 19-point outburst.
How about this little pooch by Runke, and is down by
Arnold
Vidal, able to fall on that. That may have been a design play because you don't want to kick the ball.
Well, the last thing you do is kick it to a guy who in 2 games, 2 kickoff returns, totally 192 yards for touchdowns. So probably a couple different wrinkles, and that was one of them. But a heads up by Vidal.
Perez Madison still out there in relief of Paul Durant. They'll go to the ground game. Yep, Mo has nowhere to go. It'll go for no gain at the 38-yard line.
Stephen Mo, a big part of their run game, and he's a bit shaken up. He's going to leave the field.
Well, he lost his helmet. He has to, by rule, for 1 play.
Well, the question I have, Jeff, if you're the quarterback and now they're running under center and now they're going to the shotgun, do you worry about, could you just yell the play out if you yell out in French? How many Americans are going to know what you're about? Do you have to disguise it and call it blue kitty or anything like that?
Probably.
Or do you just call it?
Here's another running attempt. Nicholas Kandar.
Right now,
180, and that goes for no.
I know the defensive line for the United States right now is calling this football game. That's the thing I do know. I don't know if they know French, but the big guys up front, Sherlock, Wick, and May, are getting the job done.
That's Ryan Hogan, the other one on the defensive line. 3rd and 10.
Instrumental in holding Mecco to minus yards. He had the 8 sacks in that test for the U.S.
Madison, the shotgun, and penalty mark.
Well, this is an offense right now that is really sinking to shell. They have no answer for what defensively the U.S. is throwing.
First snap. Offense. 78. 5-yard penalty. Spisada.
France has tried everything. Their first possession, it was 5 wide. They've tried run, they've tried screen passes. They lost their starting quarterback, being tended to on the sideline. They'll go for the time being, Perez, Misson.
Everybody's 4 receiver set, but he's in tight.
3rd and 15. Madison has time. The hash connects. It's just a bit shy of the first catch of the day for DeBlee.
We talked about how impressive he is on special teams. There's the first time we see him pull in a catch. He has just 3 catches for 44 in that game against Brazil, but again, he was instrumental. So he does a nice job shutting off his defense and then concentrating on the catch, not worrying about the first yard marker is, but concentrating on making the catch. And down 9-0 already. Jeff, you got
That's exactly what they'll do. Less than a yard for the first. Madison. Ground game, yep, Mo, and
I think so.
Close.
I think so. You can see that the United States think they have it. Their defense is held, and they're getting the offense ready to roll.
Long look at it.
Are they going to bring the chains?
It appears as though they will measure.
That spot was a little bit gratuitous, perhaps. Take a look. Handoff. Good first contact. Boy, he got nothing forward, even when he fell down, just barely over. It's going to be close.
It is a first down for the U.S. They take over on downs.
And for the 3rd time, going to start a drive at midfield or from within. Scoring drives of 49, 52 yards.
Quarterback for the United States,
Dylan Favre. Impressive numbers.
Jalir Satterfield Rowe.
Satterfield Rowe does a nice little stop at the line of scrimmage. There was nothing there originally. Shows his speed and quick laterally to pick up some. United States going without a huddle.
Really had their foot to the floor in this first period. Favre, plenty of time to look it over. He'll throw, and Favre took a shot, and there may be a penalty for roughing the passer.
That'll be roughing the passer. Could have been a penalty out here on pass interference. Very quickly to the ball, over the shoulder of the. Well, they're going to call holding. So it's none of the.
This will be, if it holds up, the first penalty United States.
Holding. Offense 70. Any other penalty?
Randall Harris going to be the guilty party. Well, that was close. Counts.
2nd down, 17. They'll place the ball at the 45. Favre pumps, sets up a screen. Incomplete, intended for Griffin. And Griffin's a little late getting his head turned, looking for the ball.
They had it set up, but some late pressure on Favre forces him to throw this a little quicker than wanted. There you can see the block on the top. The big lineman to get over there. This thing's take a couple of more seconds before Favre throws that football out there. And as you said, the intended receiver, Griffin, just was not turned around and looking for it. You can see the linemen were just getting out there. It had the makings of a pretty good screen. He set it up by looking every off to the wide side, took it back to the boundary, couldn't connect, goes for naught.
Down is time.
Favre from the shotgun. 3rd long. Over middle, incomplete.
That's a nice job defensively, timing your hit.
Meacham was the intended receiver.
And well timed defensively. Coming up out of the secondary by Marcin.
Punt formation for the U.S. Runke, end over end punt. It will hit at the 18. And for the sideline, out of bounds near the 11.
Well, moral victory right now for France. Their defense holds for really the first time this afternoon, and now it's up to their offense. Down a little bit, move the football, give that a break.
A 43-yard punt, no return. States, not surprised there, 104 total yards, only 26. France with 45 to play in the open period. 49 of those for United States on one play.
They've played a half a field out this entire contest. Then you throw in the block punt for a touchdown as well. And it's been a first quarter totally dominated by the U.S. squad.
Another tough yard for Yepmo.
Not much running room inside at all.
Raz Mattison got the play directly on the sideline and into the huddle. Anthony Blee, top of your screen, has done a lot of offensive damage for this team, but he's been quiet so far. That's Yepmo.
Again, that down defense front, the three-man front, and the 3-4 is really doing a number on the five-man front. And again, what they're having, the linebackers walk under the gaps, and offensive line doesn't know who's staying, who's coming on any particular play, and it's really confusing them as to their blocking assignments, and that's what's opening things along that offensive line, allowing his defense to dominate.
3rd and 11. Madison from the goal line, he's in trouble, he is wrapped up, he lost the handle, and the United States is on the loose ball, another touchdown.
Looked as though they were going to spot him at the 1. They weren't going to give up a safety to the United States, but then all of a sudden the ball popped loose and turns into even more points for the U.S. Take another look at it. Boy, a great rush. That's Alec May out of Georgetown University. And did he come up with the ball as well?
Matt O with the linebacker for Whitman. Runke blasts another one up and through, and with a 1:14 to play in quarter number 1, United States 26-0.
Watch the rush from the right of your screen by Alec May. He just does a nice swim move, gets under the block attempt, has it. The ball's already coming loose at that point, and then when it's fallen on following the play and coming up with the touchdown on the full recovery is Matt. Oh, they're having some fun.
Give him some camera time. Woo! Someone sit next to me. I feel weird.
You'll have plenty of friends.
So first quarter, 4 touchdowns for the United States. A run, a pass, a fumble recovery, and a block punt.
Getting it done on every aspect. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me?
There aren't many other ways to get the ball in the end zone.
Got a decent touchdown, special teams down through the air, and 1 on the ground. To get much better than that.
Two return men standing goal line. Waiting kick from Runke. Line
They're
drive.
send it to him. See what he does. 104
out
yards.
of the end zone. He'll get to the 15, maybe the 17. And he's wrapped up by T.L. Edwards out of Middle Tennessee
Well, see,
State.
at some point, I think special teams take surprise. You know what this guy has done? We want an opportunity to see if he does. And now that you've 26-0 lead, now is the time to go ahead and test theory. They're having some fun on the United States sideline, rightfully so.
Matt O.
Yep.
Has off a touchdown.
Blake Dartmouth. Originally out of Coppell, Texas.
Yepmo reverses field. Some positive yardage to the 21.
Well, I've been very impressed not only with the front three, the down three that have been alternating in on the defensive line for the United States, but also the fill capability against the run by the linebackers. We're also seeing, the secondary. They're starting to creep up a bit because not much of any's working. So they're reading run and they're getting up and helping out. And the hole's not there. I got to go elsewhere. And when he did, he had great fill from the outside to finish him off.
Red Madison, 5 receiver package. With time. And he had a man open, but hang on, that might have been Lee.
That was DeBlitz. When you got a guy that size, that powerful, that quick, you got to wonder if he would see him, why he would not play at perhaps a collegiate level here in the United States. Got to shoot with your hands.
Went right off of the top of his helmet.
It's one of the things, technique, when you talk about being a receiver. You see guys catch it against body. And remember the first catch he had where he was just shy of the first down. Caught it against his jersey. You got to get the hands out there. You got to make the catch with your hands. I know that's silly. He's a receiver. Of course, catch it with your hands.
Addison, incomplete.
But the ability to do that is what separates the really good ones from the also-rans at any level, whether it's college or the NFL. It's the ability to make that diamond with your hands and catch football out away from your body.
So 12 seconds left to first. And the United States will get the back. Alexander C. inside 10-yard line again. Low snap, he digs it out, gets the punt away, spiral. This will be Brian Douglas, and he's blasted as soon as he grabs the ball at the 44-yard line.
Boy, good hit. Good job on special teams. Watch this. Carl Ashe. Bam! Nice job on coverage from the gutter, Ashe. An exclamation point at the end. Nuh-uh, not hit today.
This should be the final play of the opening period. From the 44-yard line, that is a good look at Dylan Favre. The run. Foster turns corner. Should have first down yardage. They will mark the ball at around the 41. And that's the end of quarter number 1. The U.S. scores 4 touchdowns, 4 different ways. 26-0 after 1. Second quarter begins with United States in command 20-0. And in possession all, 1st and 10 at the France 41.
Good look from our cam, if you will. Luke Mitchum, one of the 3 Mount Union players.
So Dale Foster goes back to plenty of yardage for the first down. We may have more. Some late penalty markers as he nears the 22-yard line.
Well, big numbers you might expect at first half, besides the score of 20-0. 61 yards on the ground on just 7 carries for the United States. They had 59 yards through the air.
Defense 58. Half this to go. By rule, USA first down.
Take a look at the run. Nice cut, good read, and a job of blocking by the big tight end. Was in motion. He doesn't give it up. He sends it down the field, and finally finding the football and on the face mask was the big full of 58 on the tackle. For France. Samuel Orca.
So that will push the ball to the 11-yard line. Dylan Favre. This is Foster. Sets up the blocks. Still on his feet. He will score.
Foster does a great job through a couple of tackles. Takes a big hit 5-yard line and just redirects himself. He bounced off of it. Watch it here. Little trap block. The tackle coming over. He couldn't find anybody to hit. Watch the contact coming up. You wrap him up, you're not bringing Dale Foster down. And it's a touchdown for Foster. He had 3 touchdowns in the previous 2 games coming into this one. You can see why he was effective for Texas Tech. Dale Foster with the lead.
Brunke on the try point. Up and through. 23 seconds into the second period. The United States makes a 33-0 advantage.
Well, again, this changed when the big fella, Malcolm Goins, defensive lineman for the United States, fell and rolled over on Paul Duran, the star quarterback. They go to their backup as we take a good look at the nice run.
That's the man right here.
Dale Foster.
That's the man right here. Hey, man.
Another brief score drive, 3 plays, 45 yards in 26 seconds.
Well, again,
not quite an 8-second drive.
On half a field, they playing on half a field because of outstanding defense. Their score drives are of 52, 49, 45. They're playing on half a field. Imagine if they ever had to start on their own 10 or 20, the amount of overall yardage they put together. They're taking advantage short field, they're scoring, and they're doing it by running it and doing it very, very well.
I think all 3 plays were Foster, correct? And a penalty. So Runke, the first kick in this direction. That one will be a bit shorter at the yard line, taken by Gouvan. At Gouvan, just shy of the 3rd line. That's where France will set up first and 10 behind Perez Madison in relief of Paul Duran.
You know, France knew that they were coming into this contest. They knew they were the underdog against a team that has won back-to-back titles in the last 2 appearances, World Championships. But I don't think they had any idea just how good this team was going to be, how fast, how strong, how efficient they were going to be. Now they're seeing it firsthand.
Madison with play action over the middle, incomplete. Almost got that one to Chabelle. Robin Chabelle, tight end, did all he could bring it in. And there on the coverage was Virgil.
Robert Virgil. Got to be very careful. He had a 17-yard interception against Mexico. Watch him here on the coverage. Comes in a little bit late. Careful with that. Leading with the head. Is kinder jet world when it comes to football over the world. And plays like that are now no-nos.
Bubble screen. Foul. It's shy of the 35.
Again, you can see how against even a slower or a lesser physical defensive unit, that play goes for about 5 yards. Might have gone 8, 9, 10, even have been a first down. This USA team, if you beat them on a particular play, they're still quick to recover and stop and not give up the explosion play of over 10.
3rd down, 4 yards to go. Madison, Kidder, and a nice grab that time. That is Anthony Blee. Good enough for a first down.
Yeah, remember we on a hard ball that went through his hit him in the helmet. This is a nice catch right at you, and there you can see catching the ball with your hands away from your body, and he showed a nice job of it. Great camp by our crew. Boy, doing an outstanding job down here, aren't they? Getting great shots.
1st and 10. And penalty markers will start that play.
Yeah, they may have been offside on one of the wide receivers. Yep, false start, and it's going to be against Deblee.
Number 5 yards, still faster.
Comes up with the nice catch, gives him the first down, then he turns around on the neck play and jump starts.
The 4th play on France for 26 yards.
It's the only category. It's the only category that France leads in. That's not a good thing.
So from their own 37, it'll be 1st and 15. Madison, screen pass and incomplete. Yepmo was the intended receiver. And it wasn't going very far because the United States team had that one all figured out.
It smelled it, and again, you got to throw it so quickly because coming hard on that outside rush off corner was Jack Sherlock. 6'4", 250-pounder out of South Dakota State, makes his home in Chicago, Illinois.
Second 15. Bertolin in motion, a handoff up middle, and again, a healthy shoulder to the French run back, Yepmo. T.L. Edwards.
Yeah, that's just a great job coming off the corner. I don't know if he was on a blitz on this, but he's quick. He gets this football. He doesn't have any receiver responsibility, so he'd be playing run, comes off the edge, and is in the backfield in a hurry. T.L. Edwards out of Middle Tennessee State with a big tackle.
They gain 1 yard, 3rd and 14. Madison pumps, sets up the screen, bobbled, and Yepmo, I think, caught the ball for no gain.
Here's in France that Duran at quarterback is throwing it all over the field, down the field. And now with the 41-year-old Madison at quarterback, Madison at the Trolls, they're going to throw the ball downfield.
We at Big Time Sports are proud partners with USA Football and ESPN in producing all 12 USA World Football Championship games. The Big Time Sportsnet brings you the best in sports, television, video, mobile app, and online. Catch all the action on Big Time Sports. Go to Big Time Sports Ohio or catch us on our mobile app at BTS Ohio.
Stephen Yellow is the player shin up. He was the intended receiver on that screen. With the amount of pressure that down defensive linemen for the USA is putting on them, decided to try to take advantage of that by throwing quick screens left, right, over middle and take advantage of it. But it hasn't worked.
Punt by C off the side of his foot and sails into the U.S. bench. And we'll see where they mark that. They'll mark it at the 35-yard line.
Having some fun with Allen May down on the sideline. He's the one that had the sack of the quarterback, causing the fumble that resulted in a touchdown for his teammate. He mishandled that punt on the sideline, and that's what the raspberry cheers were for. Alec May side.
Kevin back on at quarterback. A split time with Dylan Favre. He will hang on to the ball and pay the price.
Read option, I believe. The read option is one play that Frank probably drilled over and over again, having seen what the USA teams like to do at the college level. And so they rehearsed in defending against the read and had nowhere to go.
Second down, 11. Aaron Wimberly makes free. Race up the sideline, a stiff ball, and he's down to the 3-yard line. A late penalty. We make face mask on.
Yeah, I think there was a face mask on the stop along the sideline, unintentional. It doesn't matter. On ballot token, I think, to be guilty of reaching in on the tackle to make it, so they're going to add an additional. But what a great individual effort by the running back Aaron Wimberly out of Iowa State.
Personal foul. face mask, defense 21, half distance to go, US faster.
Here you see
a 48-yard run.
Missed tackles, three missed tackles, and he's off to the races for 58 yards. Now, it's fair. That's one thing I never understood. How did an offensive guy can grab a face or give you a straight arm up as a face mask, but a defensive player cannot? Never understood that one.
First down, goal to go, 9 line. Kevin Burke.
Big hole.
Kimberly trying to finish it. He's in end zone. We have a flag, however.
Yeah, we may have a holding. This come again. See, down there in that off line for the United States. Might be Weber's. Let's see.
Offense, number 70, penalty, left faster.
Now they're going to call it on Randall Harris.
Who appears to disagree.
Was not happy with that call. So the touchdown's negated.
They will position the ball at the 14. First down, goal.
Boy, what a great job running by Wimber. The vision, you see it's the hole opened up and then lowering his shoulder to get in the end zone, but it's all going to go back.
Wimberly again. Stacked up at the 10. We've got Wimberly and Griffin running the ball, and they deliver as much pain as they absorb.
Yeah, Griffin's he is an outstanding lead blocker. He's got good size, 5'2", 233.
Burke, incomplete. Trent Steelman was the intended receiver. Hooked up with him from 49 yards out. I think they were just too close.
Yeah, that's what I think. Burke was surprised how wide open Steelman was, and just a little anxious, and wanted to reach it out and hand it to him, put a little bit too much on him, and overthrows him.
Third down, goal to go. Burke with time. End zone. That is a down.
Right in, Ernest Brune.
6-4 out of Iowa State. 39-0 U.S.
Stone Mountain, Georgia. He's as big as a mountain. Be careful. He's coming into your living room here. Little fade pattern into the end zone. Both hands, both feet. That's a touchdown.
Superb camera work.
There's an Emmy. Oscar, what do they get?
I think it's an Emmy.
Is it an Emmy?
I think. Grundy.
And off the in.
It'll count. Everything going away of United States of America. 7:18 to play until halftime. 40-0.
Well, again, I know France knew they were an underdog coming in. After a couple of slow starts turned into eventual blowouts for the United States, they came with a vengeance in this one. Said everything go right. Jeff, this one Ricky's post and through.
That's not like Runke. That's a guy that'll run off 89 out of 90. He doesn't post very often.
It's good to look at some of the big guys along that offensive line that are getting it done. Quarterback Kevin Burke, sideline as well, leading another touchdown drive, Team USA.
Kevin Burke's one of those guys, just wins. Told you, he won in high school. He won at Mount Union. That's a team at Mount Union, for those of you that aren't familiar, they go to Division III championship game every year, and I mean like 12 years in a row.
Yeah, the big stage is nothing new. Kevin Burke, that's for sure.
DeBlee looking for a seam, and he will get over 25 to about 27. DeBlee, those guys, he is so big, it really doesn't look like he's moving fast.
There's a touchdown combination. Ernest Brune, the tight end. Little fade pattern to the end zone from the man next to him, the quarterback, Kevin Burke. Yeah, you're right. He kind of glides. He's got that, you know, he takes 3 strides. Next thing you know, he's 12 yards up the field.
6'4", 209 pounds.
He's at the bottom of your screen. Matched up Mike Edwards.
Madison. Back to the ground game. Nicholas Kandar. Just for the 30-yard line. Get 3 or 4 yards. We'll call it second down 6.
Kendar with an equipment adjustment. There's good. Dan Hawkins. Mentioned, very familiar. Colorado head coach.
Second and 6. Madden with a pitch.
Good block.
Is Kandar, and he looks to have first down yardage.
You know, when you get to the perimeter, able to turn it up and downfield, that's because your wide receivers, those people out in the play, those guys in front of you are making downfield blocks. The hardest block to make. You sometimes have to do it on a moving target, and it's not easy to. And when you're ripping off big yard like that, you're getting outstanding downfield blocking.
Stephen Nemo was their sting running back. Up on their last possession. He is on the sideline. In fact, tried to come back in the game after that last play, and they moved him off. Can't connect with Burke.
Well, that was a good look on that camera shot right into the eyes of 41-year-old quarterback Perez Madison. Madison
that he has
can't find it.
Wife is a French citizen.
So, he's French by marriage. Makes him eligible. Yeah. There you go.
Yep, Mo. To the 41.
You know, Yepmo's a durable kid. We've seen him go off the field, nicked up a little bit, had his helmet ripped off. I'll take this guy in my backfield. Stephen Yepmo had 106 yards, 13 carries, and a touchdown against Brazil. A 53-yard run in that game. But I like what he's showing us. He's not getting a lot out because of the dominance along the defensive line and the linebacker core of the United States defensively. Boy, he's sticking his nose in. He's not shying away by any means.
3rd and 8. The pressure and connect. It'll be shy first down, and it's incomplete anyway.
Yeah, they're going to wave that up. Kind of short hopped it a little bit, made it look good.
The weak serve. The receiver, it'll bring up 4th down and 8. He is on to punt it away again. This is a team in France that has put up, what, 80 points in 2 games?
Yeah, they've scored a lot, and this is an impressive first half defensively for the U.S.
It's a fake. United States wise to it. Brees Marcy ended up with a football. Oh! They're waiting.
There it is, little reverse. They snap it to short man. There you can see, no, not today.
B. Beatty.
It's P.J. Beatty's been on a couple of big plays. No, not today, says the linebacker out of Colorado.
Another short field. For the U.S. Favre back on at quarterback. And he'll hang on to this one. Dylan Favre. 24-23 line. That name sounds familiar.
Favre is the nephew, Brett Favre. Started out, I believe, in Mississippi State, then transferred.
We play this game right next to the Professional Football Hall of Fame, and certainly Favre will be here sooner than later.
Maybe Dylan, now having here, will come back for the presentation.
This field, incidentally, is where they actually have the enshrinement ceremony and the Hall of Fame game.
Good look at it.
Pro Football Hall of Fame. That festival starts at the end of this month.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. Summer is kind of going by. Well, actually, most of us here in the state of Ohio, understandably, are waiting for summer to care.
That's right. There is Talir Satterfield Rowe. He has it for a first down.
It's going to be a great opportunity with the U.S. up 40-0 in the first half. Get some these other players an opportunity to play because unlike college football, professional football, these guys are coming back. Today is Wednesday. They're expecting on the field for the championship game on Saturday. And it's a bit different. And, you know, having been around football as often, there's a recovery time there normally of a couple of days. And they're not going to have that. They're not get that. So it's imperative that they get their rest, that they other guys reps. And now with the advantage in the lead, you're going to see a lot of new numbers and faces in the ballgame.
Satterfield roll. Pushes it inside the first down to go on the 6. Yes, American football, as they call it, usually played once a week at
That's
most.
exactly right. Easy practice. If you play, then you get easy practice. Very little contact Monday and Tuesday. Come back Wednesday. You ramp on Wednesday. Then you taper off again.
Favre connects with Steelman. The second touchdown for Steelman. First for Favre. 46-0.
Steelman like this young man. He's kind of, again, we start to compare guys like what they're capable of doing, how gutty they are, to a Julian Edelman, a guy who was a quarterback in college, turned receiver for New England, and turned into a receiver. He's got a couple of Super Bowls to prove it. But that's Edelman. He's a hard-nosed kid, played his college ball at Army.
Runke makes good on yet another point. With 2:56 to play first half, 47-0.
And he's a guy, kind of a possession receiver, and again knows he's very smart and reads where the open areas are, and he gets there and he hopes the quarterback can give him the football as he does on this. Then he does the rest. Second touchdown. Remember that first touchdown was a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch of 49 yards from Kevin Burke. That was a beauty.
United States well represented here, of course, in Northeast Ohio.
There's a good look, Trent Steelman. I don't think he's still wearing his high-end Army haircut. But he's got the red, white, and blue mouthpiece.
Another long drive for the U.S. 26 seconds. They had at least 3 drives under 3 seconds.
I don't know. I think I'm the coach from Japan. I'm just gonna say, fellas, let's get out of here. I don't want you to see this and be so intimidated. Probably not a good idea.
Japan, of course, waiting on the winner of this game. Today's gold medal fair. We'll have it for you here on Big Time Sports. The bleed on the return became born near the 20-yard line. And finally placed down on the turf. It'll be 5th and 10 from there. The US and Japan played for the gold medal last year. So Japan may be here, and they may be anxious for a rematch.
Well, I think be careful what you wish for. This has been an impressive display by Team USA here in the first 4 minutes of play. We still have 2:45 remaining. But to be honest with you, I think the game took a turn. Obviously, turned for the worse. France, when they lost their quarterback, I think it really changed what they do. You got the tall quarterback in Paul Durand, who is the team leader and is the guy that can really lead this defense and has led it to most of its here in the first 2 contests. He goes out early. Not only the mental aspect of it, but what you have to change when you put a 41-year-old quarterback in at the controls as your backup.
Perez Madison. Swing it out. And Burke gains yardage to the 27. So 3rd and short. Under 2 minutes to play and halftime.
See, this is the thing I've never quite understood. You got that quarterback, 41, and you're running them over the sideline, what the play is, and you're running them back in. Hey, take one of those kids and send him in with play and give it to the guy. He needs to save his energy on offense.
3rd and 3. It's complete, but will be shy of the first down, it would appear.
Yeah, it looks like they might be a yard shy if they give him forward progress to about the 29. Well, let's see, boy.
Portland says he got the 30. They'll put the ball on 30, and it appears to first down.
Oh, my goodness. The rep closest to it was saying 29-yard line. He got to the 30. He got to the 30 when he didn't have the football.
Didn't appear to. First down nonetheless. Under 3 seconds to snap ball. Madison pumps and he'll go down.
Yeah, good backside pressure. Jack Sherlock with the sack out of South Dakota State, 6'2", 250. Now they're saying a foul. Did he force a foul as well? And
Sherlock tripped the ball, and the United States
makes the tackle.
Up with it.
See if we see him. Nice inside-out move. Little swim. Left his defender. Yep. He's out very quickly. And right before he sits on it, he's able to pull it in.
He just reached in with his right hand, pulled the football away, and it landed right in his lap.
Yeah, there it is. And he finally got his on it. He won the Doug Award. It's a sack, forced fumble, fumble recovery.
Evan Burke. Pitch on the right side. Kyle Heiser.
It's vintage Ken Burke right there. The quick out, throw it to the area. Coming right out of your break, the receiver turns his head and the football's right there.
Seconds remaining. United States with all 3 timeouts. Burke. Great block to free him, and Burke will run inside the 10 to the 5. He dives for the goal line. The ball's loose, picked up in the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
Not quite how it was drawn up.
Looked like Kaiser ended up with the ball. They're going to take a look at the replay.
This play turned to chaos very quickly. Kevin Burke's left, Fields coming straight up the center of the field. Whoop, what's that move?
Great
nice
move. Now watch this block.
And heads up. And then right side says, I'm going to this thing and go. Looks up another good block downfield. And he was caught trying to forward. That's what it was. He was trying to reach the ball as he was going down into the end zone. And loose and scooped up in the zone by the wide receiver, Kyle Kaiser.
So with 60 seconds, Runke hangs the 54th United States point on the board, and we got late penalty markers.
And we didn't think there was another way for the United States to score in the game. So now you have a fumble recovery in the end zone on defense and a fumble recovery on the offense. And there you see Burke Nation in the house.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 67. It's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul. 15-yard penalty on the succeeding kickoff.
There we are.
Sports conduct and the Burke Nation.
There they
Way
are.
down from Greater Cleveland area.
Mom and
parents.
Dad Burke there. Boy, they've had some moments to share. Their son, as you mentioned, not only his success in school, but then again, it's a time Division III Player of the Year. And all the highlights he brought forth at Mount Union.
And if they stay the way they are, he'll have a chance to play for a gold medal.
If things don't change.
If things don't change.
Well, I think Japan is enough. They've headed out to get dinner.
New plays 22 yards, 18 seconds on the touchdown following the fumble recovery. DeBlee with head of steam. He is
nice
spun
tap.
around the 40. Falls ahead to about the 42 with 9 seconds remaining.
Boy, I tell you, he gets through that gap. You might not have been able to get him. Nice job by T. Edwards on special team. He got hold of him. This game is presented under the copyright of the IFAF. Any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the express consent of the IFF is strictly prohibited. Means don't do it.
Don't do it. First and 10, 43 line. Madison looking. DeBlee has it. Stiff arms his way over the 35 and is able to forward to the 34. They'll stop the clock momentarily. 1 second left. Now a timeout called by France.
Team timeout. France.
Couldn't tell if he got out of bounds or if they stopped to move the chains. It looks like they stopped to move the chains.
Well, at this point, if you can give your quarterback enough time, sit down there and let the big fella, talking about Anthony Dubley, go up and get it.
This second time out.
54-0 in France. Certainly would love to get that 0 off the board as they head to intermission. France won the opening toss, elected to receive, so to make matters worse, the United States will ball to start third quarter.
Yeah, we'll have to come back and look once again at the number of drives under 3 seconds and the number of drives 1 minute for the United States in this one. Not to mention a block recovered in the end zone, a sack and a fumble recover in the end zone. But many of their drives have taken maybe a couple A's and very few time off the clock.
USA. This is the first time in the half.
Now the United States will use a timeout. Make sure the defense is right.
Now they want to play a chess match and they want to make sure guys defensively have done a great job. Let's say first half shutout. Let's decide how we're going to play it. We're going to play zone. We're going to let how many, nobody gets behind us. There's good Dan Hawkins, U.S. sideline.
Up at halftime, IFAF Vice President Ray Noradon will be joining us. His impressions of the tournament thus far, city of Canton, international football in general. Three receivers on the near side. Dubley is
middle. He's in the middle. So half of your screen.
Madison steps away from pressure and he'll go down.
It won't matter. Nice job defensively coming up with the sack. Brian Douglas.
It has been all USA. 54-0 over France as we head to halftime. All right. How long do you want this to go, Dean? Do. Okay. Thank you. Halftime in Canton, Ohio, 54-0. United States over. Joining us at halftime, Vice President of IFAF, Rupe Noranan. And thanks for joining us. First of all, let's get your impressions of the entire tournament in general here. On day 3, we're on the second half as we are on the eve of the medal games. What's your impression of how things have gone so far?
I think everything's gone fairly well. Of course, it's a growing game. It's a new game in some parts of the world, so we see some level differences between countries. Looking from the past tournaments, every time it starts to get closer and closer. Some of the countries, of course, have a long way to develop their game to be in the top level, but we have a good group of teams from all across the world, and people play football. What could be better?
Can you talk a little bit about how the teams are chosen to be here and how they qualify to get to championships?
Yeah, in different continents we have different type of qualification systems. In Europe, where the game been played longer, there's a continuation of the European Championships been played since 1983, and the top teams from there qualify. This time, of course, we didn't get all the best teams coming in with late changes on the turn, unfortunately happening. But that's one of the ways in Asia and in South America, as we have then qualification game format where knockout format winner gets going forward.
You mentioned the late changes. There was another site involved in the last minute, really was brought here to Canton. Could you just touch upon how that transpired and why it ended up here?
Well, why it ended up here, first of all, since the previous host was lost, and there needed to be a change of plans very late in December, January. Canton, I guess, was the choice then, because in 2009 we had the Junior World Championships here. Everything was great then, so we knew the environment, the host is something that is capable of pulling the tournament through in the emergency situation.
You talk a little bit about the way Canton has received. You mentioned it's a good host. How is it considered to be a good host? Are there things to do outside the football world?
I think everything. It's a complete atmosphere that people get, the feeling you get from the teams when you talk with them, game officials, everybody coming here. It's a combination. We do have the certain criteria where we then met afterwards whether everything was successful or not, but it's more about the feeling that people get once they go home. They're happy. It's a good thing.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time. Good luck all the way through the tournament and in tournaments going forward. We appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Back with 54th in the United States over France. The second half begins after this timeout on Big Time Sports. At Tom Benz Stadium, halftime continues 54-0 United States. Joining by Tom Linder. We'll go over the highlights. There aren't many for France, a lot for the United States.
France leads in 2 categories right now, penalties and time of possession. Amazingly enough, time of possession, because the drives for the U.S. were on the field most of the game.
Let's look at the halftime highlights. It started out fast and kept going from there.
Fast and furious. You see the great block by Grin, and into the end zone goes Wimberly. And the blocks punt. Great scooped up, take the end zone by Beatty. And then this beautiful pass, Kevin Burke airs it out. Steelman comes up with the reception and the touchdown. Here's the quarterback sack, fumble recovery in the end zone. Another touchdown as this USA team just finding all kinds of ways to score. Then an outstanding power run by Sadale Foster, breaking tackles and take it into the end zone. Beautiful pass, the corner on the fade, tight end run the reception. And you see they're getting it every way possible. Steelman with his second touchdown on the reception takes it into the end zone. There's a quarterback sack and the fumble recovery, which will set up another opportunity. Kevin Burke cags in and a little bit unorthodox, trying to reach the end zone, fumbled it, but as everything's been going USA's ways, right into the hand of his teammate.
54-0, the United States will get the ball at the second half, which begins after this timeout on Big Time Sports. Welcome back. We prepare for the start of the third quarter. Let's check out the halftime brought to you by Gatorade.
Now you take a look away, -4 yards rushing. Haven't been able to get much of anything going. Look at the big yardage on the U.S. 201 yards rushing. Remember, most of the yardage come from the U.S. team's outstanding defense playing on half the field. Penalties 5 times for 34 yards. First downs only 5 for France, doubling up the U.S. And the turnovers are a factor as well. Turnovers have resulted in point for this U.S. as they surged out to a 54-0.
Halftime numbers brought to you by Gatorade, the official sports fuel provider of USA football. C will kick off. We got all of that one. It is into the end zone and out of the end zone for a touchback. First kickoff of the game for France.
Nice from that young man. Nice. You got all of that one. Alexander I.
So we have seen Favre and Burke at quarterback for the U.S. And it appears that we Favre to start the second half.
Again, it's a luxury for this U.S. team to have two outstanding leaders that are interchangeable at that quarterback position. And they're really reflect off each other because they both do similar type things. Not much of a change in the offense.
Shotgun formation. They will keep it on the ground. This is Griffin. Works his way to the 22. Griffin, 233-pounder out of Mississippi State.
Griffin doesn't often get a carry. He's the guy doing all the dirty work inside, the inside blocking. Every once in a while, get the inside handoff between the tackles. They'll give him a care early on.
On 2nd and 9. We'll go back to Griffin. Solid contact at the 22-yard line. He's wrapped up there.
Don't really have any expectations that France has folded up the tents. They're going to come out here, continue to play as hard as they can. It's obviously a learning situation for them as well, and I think their coaches probably took the approach at halftime, a lot of them saying, hey, okay, let's go 0 and see what we can do in the second half. We're not impressive in that first half, but let's see if we can't come out here, be more impressive, and leave this field with our heads high.
Favre is able to hook with Luke Meacham, another Mount Union product out of Toledo, Ohio. It's good enough for a first down.
This is a nice hookup, nice route by Meat. Got separate. Try to do much with it.
Griffin again, no gain.
Gets up slowly. Hopefully he's all right. Giovanni Nanji, I should say. Get the right pronunciation. Nanji.
Favre, a little decision. Leaps over the 5 and is down near the 40. Sets up third down about a yard.
Evades the oncoming tackler, then uses his block effectively. Nice block downfield by Luke Meacham, who had the reception a little bit earlier.
Favre with a quarterback sneak, waiting for the football. I'm not sure he got first down.
Yeah, he's a little short. They're going to go for it. They're going to get right up there on that line of scrimmage. The blitz, stepping on each feet along that offensive line, that tight.
Griffin didn't make it.
Yeah, let's see a spot. You got one for walking in at the 42. You got the other one walking in at the 41. They'll split the difference, 41 and a first down.
A generous spot.
I think you might be right on that.
1st and 10, U.S. Carrington, Hannah. Here by Spurl, Ohio. That's another down to the 45 of France.
Boy, he's a good target. 6'2", 218 out of Sioux Falls. Really played his high school ball in Spurl. Big tight end with a nice catch. Good run aft catch.
Griffin again. Another big chip. I would agree with keeping the ball on the ground. You're up to 4-0, but not sure why they're going to huddle.
Yeah, I'd like to see more time off the clock's point. There's not anything you're going to achieve at this point in the ball game. And get back in the huddle, take that game clock down to 5-6 seconds every opportunity and shut this game up.
Griffin goes back to work, crosses the 30, and backs his way to the 8.
I understand it's maybe not necessarily your style of play, but that's okay too. There's no reason, and I understand them keeping it on down, but take more time up before each and every play. There's no reason running these plays with 25, 26 seconds left on the play clock.
2nd down, 2 yards to go. Favre That will be a handoff to Satterfield. Another first down. He is down to 17.
New Jersey native, played his college football, West Virginia State, 5'10", 200-pounder. You can just look at stable of back in the backfield. One of the you don't necessarily see on some of these other teams from the other countries is depth into these different positions that the Americans have at backfield and at quarterback.
Satterfield. See where they spot it. It's like the 10. Well, he was shy of the first. Second down, around 3 yards to go. Satterfield Rowe right up the middle, sets up first down, goal to go from the 3.
Well, you can say sets up his blocks as well, Jeff. Watch how he takes this little stutter snap. He waits for his to develop, looking for a team. Then he has explosion, that burst taken into the secondary when he sees a gap.
He'll get the call again. Stacked up by the front line of France. Willie Kishi, 319 pounds on the stop.
And again, wholesale substitutions in that offensive line. And remember, the teams both have to turn around and play on Saturday. And if you're in the gold medal game, as USA will be, you want to keep everybody fresh.
There's Talir Satterfield Rowe. Touchdown.
Look easy. They brought in the extra linemen, went with their meat package, if you will, the big boys up front. And it was an easy choice for Talir Satterfield Rowe, just to the outside. There was nobody there. And he got into the end zone untouched. See the big guy up front. And they had everything sealed outside. And good vision by Satterfield Rowe, taking it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Ed Runke, extra point, good. 65 to play. Third quarter. Another look at the touchdown.
And they bring in the extra lineman. And there I said, Nick Griffin doing the dirt work. He gets the key block and a nice read by Satterfield. Nick Griffin, fullback. Mississippi State gets the key block. Satterfield reads it well, sees that he's got his man turned inside, plays off that block and takes the end zone for the town.
A 5.5-minute drive, roughly. That's a long drive for U.S. today.
Now that's obviously their longest drive, and let's face it, they were trying to keep on the ground, trying to take time off clock, shorten this game up. But a massive 15 plays, 80 yards, 530. In the first half, they had 8:58 in time of possession. So in that situation, they just doubled what they were able to, almost double, or half of what they together, I should say, in the first half. That single drive. There's a young man who got the touchdown for Team USA.
61-0. And Runke has 35. Will be Quavon off his feet at the 50.
And a nice job coming down on special teams, Trent Steelman. And as again, when you have this man roster, he's got to help out in one way or another. Here's a guy with a couple of touchdown catches, and he comes down and makes a big play on special teams. Here's the numbers on Perez Madison's point in the ball game. 50% completion rate for 64 yards. A lot of that's sideways, not down the field.
Came in midway through the first period in relief of Paul Duran, who's shaken up and not returned. This is a mix-up in the backfield, and Madison has no choice. Alex May is there along with Matt O.
May has had a kind of day today, hasn't he? Had the sack near the end zone and forced fumble, allowed his teammate to get fumble recovery and the touchdown. And here's another tackle for a loss by the big fella, trailing the play, keeping his feet under him, and then being in the right place at the right time by keeping a pursuit angle.
Second down, 18 from their own set. Madison from the goal line sets up the screen. Bertolin will gain yardage to the 18. 3rd and 7. And they are the hole, and it's not an insurmountable down to face. 3rd and 7. Under 5 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter. Madison with time. Deep down the middle, incomplete. In and out of the hands of DeBlee. Double covered on the play.
Yeah, that's a nice job defensively. Curtis Slater, the defensive back out of West Texas A&M. Houston is his hometown. He's anywhere near as tall, doesn't have any reach at 5'8" as the 6'4" receiver, but he makes it work for him. Good pressure. As that ball arrives, he comes forward and slaps away. Nice job defensive.
C to punt. Andy Erickson stands zone 40. High snap. C brings it down and catches one on the side of his foot. Second hop. Erickson gathers it in, and he'll return to the right side. Great block at the 45. Erickson in France territory and down near the 43. And we've got penalty markers down after the play.
Well, again, I'm not sure. He didn't on him. This is one of those blocks of unprotected player. Let's see if that's be the call. It was obviously a very late flag, but
24 yards on the return. Carl Ashe was shaken up on the play. Tried to limp his to the sideline, didn't quite get it.
Yeah, trying to take this type of contact out of the game.
Personal foul. Targeting.
They call it target.
USA 44.
We'll get a look at it.
Well, you'll see it. It's going to from the right of your screen. That's an unprotected, unsustained player. It's a clean hit. Get me wrong, in the good old days of football, very legal, but here's the problem. Unprotected player, not looking, and you had helmet to contact as well. So, that's the issue. Trying to protect the players, running full tilt. Literally, you're focused in on the ball carrier, and this is where this happens. It heads in. Long passes downfield.
Confirm. Personal foul. Targeting. USA. 40, number 44. 15-year penalty. Number 44. This goal foul.
I'll take it. And again, there is helmet-to-helmet contact. Whether it's accidental is not relevant. But you see shoulder-to-shoulder contact, but when his head comes under, and part of it is when the football comes off, it's obvious there was some contact. There you see it. Crown of the helmet, underneath the face mask, pops the helmet off. A lot of people don't like it, but that's football in today's world. You better get used to it.
So that was on B.J. Beatty.
Team timeout.
One game.
USA.
Now with the targeting foul, he has to sit out one game, my understanding. He has to sit out one game with the disqualification. So, fortunately, I'm not sure if you're aware of that yet. Beatty will have to sit out the final game.
And that's unfortunate.
And again, any player that's qualified is not allowed to stay on the field, so walk him off if they soon should. Those are the rules.
He is down near
still
the 50-yard line.
Right, but
the side judge talking to him.
Yeah, referee is talking to him. He does have to leave the field, go to the locker room. And again, unfortunate for that young man because he's trying to make a play, he's trying to play a game of football, but intended or not intended, that helmet-to-helmet contact is just not going to be accepted anymore in this game of football.
Dan Hawkins getting the full explanation.
And the realization for Dan Hawkins and Team USA is that he won't be eligible for the gold medal game, and now that sinks in. He doesn't like it. You could read the lips of head coach Hawkins. He said, wow. Again, by no means was that hit a dirty, cheap hit. It was a good block, but on an unsuspect player who was not focused that particular action to play, which often happens. And it used to happen on kickoffs, punt returns, those kinds of things all the time, and they're trying to protect that play.
I'm here.
He's on.
Bill Lamagnier joining us, officiating, talking about that call, and it's unfortunate, but the after effects are now, just now, it's a ripple effect going through Team USA and their coaching. But explain as you saw it.
I don't disagree. I disagree with you in terms of that it wasn't a dirty type hit, but that player coming across, that's a blindside block, and that makes him a defense player. So if the attack is to the head neck area and it's forcible, that becomes a targeting call. The unfortunate thing for Fora is obviously the disqualification for the remainder of today, and he has to sit out. He has to sit the next game, the next game.
Now, let me ask Bill, in this situation, see, I know in football they can go back and review it to see if it's intentional or not intentional, and they release the disqualification, correct?
They could release the disqualification if it would on a review after this game.
We won't know that until
that'll be done, and I'll communicate that with the IFAF officials. I doubt very much we're going to see something changed.
Thank you very much. Lamagnier officiated here for IFAF with an explanation of that hit and the consequences of it.
Kevin Burke is back in at quarterback for the U.S. A couple of nice runs by Aaron Wimby. He's down 8 yards to go from the 39.
See, now we're seeing what I thought the USA should have done earlier. They're going from the huddle. They're breaking, though, coming to the line of scrimmage, taking much time, letting that clock run down inside 10 seconds to shorten the game up.
Wimberly turns the corner again, lower his shoulder. Valatok will get credit to tackle.
Jeff, you don't see any less effort out of these guys. There's way to shorten this game and going to the huddle and taking the snaps that time, but you can see intensity's not going to let, as we saw it run by Aaron Wimberly. He's going to play them hard, and they should. And there's ways they're doing right now, and I think there's something coming from head coach Dan Hawkins. It's a great display of sportsmanship. Let's run this clock down. And, on his own board, let's get Myers out of here healthy as well.
Remember, 123 yards at a score.
On just 9 carries. I'm not very good at math, but I think that's pretty good average per carry.
You're lining back around 4 or 5 yard area. I think he's beyond that. Well, the U.S. has scored 9 touchdowns, Tom, different players.
In about 6 different ways, right? Recovery, sacks, blocked punts into the end zone. Touchdown receptions, fumble recovery on offense in the end zone.
Long pass, long run, short run.
Just to say for Team USA, Jeff, this has been their best performance start to finish. And I know we still have a fourth quarter to play, but they've come out, they've looked a little sluggish. They've turned the ball over, and a couple of times in their first 2 wins, games were close. And finally, they pulled away in the second half of some of those contests to win big in the 2 games, 30-6 over Mexico. That was a much closer game at halftime as it was against Japan as before they finally won 43-18. But boy, from the go, this has been the best start and hope the best finish for USA.
Third quarter comes to a close, 61-0 United States.
We believe in football. We believe in Friday night lights, Saturday afternoons, any given Sunday. And we believe in where all that began. We believe heroes are made in the fourth quarter, and that every kickoff is a fresh start. We believe in pre-game rituals and halftime speeches. We believe the best 11 will all beat the 11 best. Believe in teaching fundamentals and building character. We believe in educated coaches and engaged parents. We believe in creating a positive experience for all and in keeping the game fun. We believe in team. We believe in the lineage of Bryant, Rockne, Lombardi, and Beck. We believe you don't need a stadium or yard lines to have a game. We believe that in greater than the hero on the big screen or those who give a ride to home from the game. We believe there is nothing more American than football, and that football gives us all something to believe in. Teamwork, confidence, pride. We are USA Football. We believe the scoreboard doesn't tell the whole story. We believe in the football family and that we can achieve a better, safer together. We believe in football.
Welcome back to Canton, Ohio. 61-0. United States in possession of the ball, 3rd and 6 at the 7-yard line of France. Evan Burke will throw. It is caught. That will be a first down catch by Drew Banks. Out of bounds at 16-yard line.
Well, Kevin Burke made a living on these types of passes, quarterback for Division III Mountain Union. Quick outs, time patterns worked throughout the summer. His teammates to perfect, really unstoppable when he's rhythm. And he's showing you a little bit of that here today.
Yeah, work from the shotgun, 2 receivers to his right. And he'll hand off. This is Sadale Foster, who cuts it back, racing for the pylon and into the end zone for a United States touchdown.
By Foster just through the defense. And watch downfield. We can look at this play at the 1-yard line. The guy who set a little pick block. See, past defender. There he is. Number 10, the quarter, little push and a to get just enough. Allow Foster to get into the zone untouched. That's the quarterback, folks, from down the field looking to see if he can help a teammate out.
Yeah. Runke is up and through. And with 11:10 to play in the game, it is 68-0.
Watch the vision from Sadale Foster as we take a look at this ground level. His play designed to go to the right. Doesn't see anything there. He's back against the grain. Outruns 3 defenders who took a bad angle in pursuit. There you get a real good look at it. Bad angle. And then there with a little friendly shake. He's sure there's contact on his back as the quarterback, Kevin Burke.
11 minutes and 10 seconds left to play. The United States will have a rematch with Japan in the medal game. It'll be right here on Saturday night.
Hey, Mom, hey, Dad. Sir. Shout out to my girl back in LBK. Love both of y'all. People's my mom.
Having some fun on the USA sideline. Why not? You saw a combination of about 4 or 5 touchdowns right there between those guys.
Lee, trouble handling the kickoff, and a open field tackle by Slater to drop him at the 4.
Yeah, Slater does a great job getting his body under control. The defensive back out of West Texas A&M. Slater has been a deep on special teams.
Oftentimes when this happens, you see a guy pick up the ball and find a seam because the defenders don't stay in their lanes.
Yeah, they see water like a shark, and they cough and stay in their lanes, and it disrupts them oftentimes, but not so for Curtis Slater. He does a nice job, makes a good open field tackle.
Madison start in a hole again, 4-yard line. Snap, it's kicked by the running back, it's on the ground, and believe it or not, the U.S. has it.
Boy, everything going the way of USA today. Up with that from the defensive side, as you said, ball was loose, goes on the ground. And then gets kicked by the running. Just be a great angle to see. Low snap, couldn't pull it in. Running back went after it, went off his shin, and Johnny on spot to scoop it in. Eric Webb out of Colorado University.
To say this is good field position would be a gross understatement.
Well, we've been talking about playing on half a field. Now they're playing touchdown attempt, an extra point. They're at the 3-yard line.
Front porch. Satterfield, Rowe, and Griffin are the running backs. So Satterfield, Rowe, and he's thrown Rowe off.
Said Francis not going to hold the tents. They're still going to play this thing out regardless of the score. Just a great job blowing through the hole by the defender on that play. Killian Merrimond did a great job coming through and making it stop. And again, these guys are playing hard for France. They're looking at the situation, the down. They're playing this as a line stand. They're not looking at the other end of the field of that board, nor should they.
Dylan Favre is back in at quarterback. Satterfield, Rowe, trying to turn the corner. And Carl wouldn't have it. Back to the original line of scrimmage at the 3. It'll be 3rd and goal from there.
Well, again, to take a good look at head coach Dan Hawkins, his biggest concern right now is getting this team out of this game healthy and start to prepare first thing in the morning, probably tonight, for Japan in that gold medal game. So U.S. looked to go 3 in a row, back to back gold medals.
3rd down, goal. Favre through the air, wide open. Another touchdown. That's Ernst Brune.
Ernst Brune out of Iowa State. This is something you see. Big fella collects a second. They did a fade route before to get to him. This is off play action. He'll hesitate at the line of scrimmage just long enough to make him think it's in play. And he releases. He's wide open. Second choice is back out of the backfield. But as so oftentimes will happen, the quarterbacks, the safeties, they get caught up in the run. They come forward, and the tight end hesitates, does that little delayed knock, and he ends up being wide.
Extra point, good. You can make it 75-0. And this is a team from France. We talked about it. They put big numbers up, and there's 2 wins.
They've yet to dent the scoreboard after being up 84 points in their first 2 games. They outscored their opponents 84-9 in the first 2 games. But again, we have to go. If you just joined the broadcast, they're starting quarterback early on in this contest. They had to go to their backup quarterback, and it really effectively changed what they did. And when they weren't successful offensively, they continued to give Team USA a short field. Team USA too strong, capitalized with the outstanding play they have on the offensive line. They did a great job.
You mentioned 84-9. It's now 84-84.
You're right. So that scoring deficit that the teams face is now even. I like that.
Kickoff by Ruddy, high and deep. Fielded about 2 yards deep in the end zone. Returned by Couvon. Down to the 19-yard line. We at Big Time Sports are proud partner with USA Football and ESPN in seeing all 12 USA World Championship games. The Big Time Sports Network brings you the best in sports by television, radio, mobile app, and online. Catch the action on Big Time Sports to Big Time Sports Ohio, or catch us on our mobile app at BTS Ohio. 1st and 10, 19-yard line. Just under 9 minutes in this one. And back to the ground game in the arms of Asnel Rabot. They will gain a yard at 20, 2nd 9. We keep talking about the United States has a game tomorrow. So France, they're trying to get something to click. They may be without their quarterback tomorrow.
On Saturday, but still, it's going to seem like tomorrow for these guys. The hits, the contact they've taken today, they're not going to get that normal recovery time. And it'll seem like that's on them quite quickly.
Madison eludes the pressure, tipped and incomplete.
Well, he had two teammates lined up in the same passing lane. It gets deflected. Fortunate for France that it does fall incomplete. You're not going to rattle this 1-year-old quarterback. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. He's been there and done all that, and then some. And he's going to stay in that pocket to the last possible moment and try to make a play.
They're on 9. Madison on the seam. That's Doff. Heading back to the 40, out of the 35, still feet to the 20, refusing to go down. It's T.L. Edwards, works his way inside the 15 and down to 11.
Maybe one of the most exciting reads and plays of the day. The 6-yard interception return, breaking how many tackles? Here's pick. Count the missed tackles or broken. 1, 2. They don't wrap him up. He stays in bound. That's 3 missed tackles. Runs out of a third, a fourth, and then finally take it down. Rate of 4 tackles returned by T. Edwards.
All right, on 10-yard line, first down, goal to go. This is Nick Griffin. He will lose 3 yards.
This man, he ran interceptions, and he ran 74 yards on that 36-yard return.
Right now, he's trying to catch his breath.
Have to get some oxygen on that USA sideline.
7 minutes left play. United States in no hurry. Dylan Favre getting the play from the sideline. That's one way to slow things down. Just don't give him the play.
Yeah, and again, they're going to take this down inside 10 seconds, preferably down to 4 or 5 seconds left on the play clock before snap it.
And in motion. It's Griffin. Cut to the 10 and steams it forward to about the 6. Third down, goal to go from there.
Boy, what a luxury it is to have backfield the U.S. team has with Satterfield, Rowe, Griffin, Foster, Wimberly.
And Griffin into the end zone for yet another United States touchdown.
Well, that's for the big fella because he's leading the blocks, getting the blocks, doesn't necessarily always get the football. Now he gets his opportunity to hit the end zone. Good block at the pivot attack. That was Christie. He's out of Washington University. He had a nice play to set it up.
Burke is the holder. Runke with another extra point. Make it 82-0. Now a matter of 6 minutes between the United States and another appearance in the gold medal game.
And again, mistakes have been an issue, turnovers have been an issue, penalty, and then just complete physicality of the game and the dominance along both the offensive and defensive lines for the United States have allowed them to do just about anything they wanted, and it shows the scoreboard.
So France ready. And here come the Americans. On and Deblee. Let's talk quite about Deblee, and he has 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns here in the tournament, right?
Correct, but he's not sure he's here at this point. I don't think he's one of the receivers back there. Yep, he is not back there.
Out over the 30 to about the 32.
Anthony Kuvan on that return, and they had taken the big fella out of the game, and this might be one of those situations where you tell him, take this to the night off. We're going to need you. We want to win the bronze. If we can't get in championship game, we want that bronze medal. And we're going to start to save some of our players as well for Saturday's game of the day.
So France will go on Mexico Saturday, 3:30. Robo. Nice run over the feet. Good for first down.
Those two teams have not met in this tournament. USA will meet Japan. That's going to be a rematch of Sunday, July 12th contest where the USA won 40-18.
Perez Madison. Hands off to Robo. Skids to a stop. Breaks it outside. He is into U.S. territory. We do have a penalty marker down.
Top block. Okay. 64 and 72. He has a penalty. Repeat first down.
A nice gain negated by France.
Yeah, a bit of frustration coming out of France. You could expect they came into this game with high hopes, dominating the first two games, and then running into an outstanding USA team that was out to maybe make a point after some of the critics were kind of talking up their starts in games 1 and 2.
That ball's tipped and incomplete. Kvavan was the intended receiver. Ball whistled right past Slater, who was the closest defender to the ball.
Well, Perez Madison's going to be a tired individual. Quarterback for France, taking a lot of hits today, been sacked, run back and forth to get the piece from the sideline. I'm not sure he had the expectation of playing this many minutes in this contest.
He will go back to there. Swings it out to the 35-yard line. That's Brice Marcy.
You can see why Perez Madison is still playing at his stage of 41. He throws nice football. I mean, he really does. He spins it well.
Clock running as we approach 4 minutes. Third down, 15. Madison feels the pressure, rolls, will get a hold penalty and a sack.
At this point, you want to decline that penalty. You can see he had a hold jersey. They're doing anything trying to protect their quarterback. This down defense line has been very impressive. Alec May applying the pressure out of Georgetown University.
Holding. Penalty is declined.
Decline the penalty, take the down, take the play. Again, almost immediately you can see that the pocket collapses. Alec May is just relentless. He's determined to get another sack. They're grabbing his jersey to do anything they can to keep off the quarterback.
Here's the punt. And we'll roll. Erickson will let it go. It's down at the 26-yard line. Time now for our huddle key play of the game. 49-yard bomb from Keberg to Trent Slman. Back when the sun was shining here on Tom Benson Stadium.
Oh, that was an impressive play. Keberg put so much air under that, just allowed to see Steelman run underneath it. And the player for he did not disappoint. He's had a great tournament. He had 81 yards on 7 catches against Japan in the 43-18 victory a few days ago.
There's Satterfield Rowe get call.
Again, priority for USA right now, stay in bounds on your running plays. Stay in huddle as long as you can.
You can hear the near sideline playing, stay in bounds.
They'll restart. They are restarting the clock on the running play. If a
gain of 1 yard, and that doesn't matter as much as some time off the clock for the U.S.
This is called clock management, but in a different sort of way.
Field roll. An opportunity to run a little bit more time off. That sets up 3rd down and 1. Clock winds down to 2 minutes. Third down 1. Penalty markers are down. The MVP for France, defensive back Arnaud Vidal. The United States, Aaron Wembley, running back.
USA!
That right.
Enjoying.
A big game for Wembley.
God is good. God is good all the time. All the time.
And all the time, God is good.
God is good.
A 3rd and 6 call. 9 carries, 116 yards, a touchdown for Wimberley. You could have selected any number of U.S. players for honor.
Given 2 touchdowns. Ernst Roon with 2 touchdowns.
Satterfield Rowe keeps the clock rolling. Under 1 minute to go.
Any one of the defensive linemen, Jeff, in here. A great performance for them today. Linebacking core, Derek Webb, nice couple of interceptions for TL Ed. Plenty of MVPs to go around on this United States team.
So Saturday, France, a 30 matchup with Mexico. That is the bronze medal game. The first game here will be at noon. It will be Australia against South Korea. That's the 5th place game. And then at 3:30. The gold game, a rematch. Japan versus the United States at 7 p.m. We'll have them all right here for you on Big Ten Sports. A timeout with 4 seconds remaining. And again, joining us late, the United States will have to go without starting linebacker BJB, who was disqualified.
Targeting.
A helmet contact situation, and you must sit out. The next game, which unfortunately for Beatty is the gold medal game here Saturday.
Unfortunate.
So seconds remaining. 4th down and 3. And David Guthrie is standing in punt formation. He is listed as a linebacker from New Mexico. Digs out the snap and hammers punt. That is some. A fair catch is made at the 18-yard line. Clock reads zeros, and I believe the issue has been solved. The team's coming out
for 12 minutes.
Shake hands. The United States has an opportunity for gold against Japan. The final, United States 82, France 9. For Tom Linder, Jeff Schreck saying so long from Canton, Ohio. We will talk to you Saturday, the final day of action from the World Championships.